leaders could actually face as AI becomes part of everyday business decisions. These are not questions about AI definitions or theory. I will give you a situation, put you in the decision maker seat, and ask one simple question: what would you do? And we'll continue this series to cover as many as scenarios that as a leaders we could encounter or face in our everyday day-to-day job. Okay, thanks, and let's start. Uh, Getting into our first scenario is your CEO wants AI in 90 days. Imagine a situation where CEO wants to implement AI in 90 days. So one day CEO comes and in the meeting he announces that our competitor has just launched an AI copilot and our customers are already asking us what are we doing with AI. I don't want us to fall behind. I want a meaningful AI capability in our product within 90 days. So now, in being in that situation, what you do? What do you do? You have 90 days. So as soon as everyone hears about this 90-day mandate in the meeting, every department or business unit come up with an idea they what do they want to do from their department perspective. For example, sales department says let's build an AI chatbot for our customers. Our operation team might say that let's build something for diagnosing incidents faster. Our engineering team says that build an autonomous AI agents. So every opportunity sounds like promising, but as a product manager or project manager or delivery manager or any other leadership position, which one would you prioritize? Let's take a pause here for a few seconds and see if you could pick one of these options. What do you do first? What would you do first? Start building an AI chatbot immediately. Option B, ask engineering to select the best LLM. Option C, identify the highest value business problem could solve. Option D, ask for more time before committing. So I will pause here for a few seconds, think through it, and later I will go through what would I do or what did I do in these situations. Thanks. Let's move to the next slide. So now it is us, our managers, our leaders, that we have to make the call. So from one thing we haven't answered is before deciding what would we choose, there is something important we haven't answered. We already know from the meeting that there is a competitive pressure. We also know when that we have only 90 days of time. But the question that is still not answered is what problems are we trying to solve? So based on this, that it changes entire decision or the decision making options that we as leaders have. Okay, so our approach or my approach that I have followed in the past or following in now. So before deciding what AI to build, we have to identify where AI can create the most meaningful value. So some of the questions that I ask every day as part of my job are: what problem is expensive today, and what takes too long? Where are the customers or teams struggling? Where could AI materially improve the outcome? Where are decision delayed because people cannot find the information they need? For example, where could AI materially improve an outcome that we can actually measure? Once we understand the problem, then we can ask whether AI is genuinely a good fit. So the sequence becomes business problem, does AI fit, and what is a measurable value. So always start with the problem, not with the AI feature. Continuing with my approach or our approach, general approach, we still have only 90 days. This is not about spending months on discovery. This most critical piece. Once we start, we cannot spend months and months on just discovery. So we have to have a time box. So most of the times I spend like these weeks one and two identify the highest value problem. define the current baseline and what success should look like. From week 3 to 8, build and evaluate a bounded AI pilot, test it against real world scenarios. Weeks 9 to 12, validate the outcome. Measure value, adoption, risk, and readiness to scale. Move fast, but don't build blindly. So most of the times, this schedule helps me to build something that is valuable at the same time, incorporating AI into our products. Okay, now here is the challenge. Now we came up with our plan as leaders, but when we go back to the CEOs, now the situation would look like this. CEO challenges and says our competitor is already ahead. Why are we spending 2 weeks deciding what to build? And why can't we just start building now? So again, I would like to take a pause here. I would like you to stop the video for a few seconds and then think about how would you react to this situation. Okay, this is how generally I reacted or I would react. We need more discovery is probably not going to be enough. Yeah, because CEO has a legitimate business concern. The market is moving. So how do you protect the quality of the decision without sounding like you are slowing the organization down? Okay, this is how the response would generally look like. So we can convince why we are actually requesting for 1 to 2 weeks for discovery phase. So generally, I'm not slowing down the 90-day objective. I am protecting the investment. The giving us the first 1 to 2 weeks to identify the strongest business problem and define what success look like. And we still have majority of the 90 days to build and prove something meaningful, right? Um, and we are not asking in the beginning give us additional 6 more months. I am accepting the pressure while still protecting the quality of the outcome or investment decisions. Otherwise, we may deliver AI in 90 days without delivering business value. Okay, so generally, as far as the leaders, especially in the AI use cases, because this is something as a leaders you have been working for the last couple of years, and maybe we work for more couple of years until we actually incorporate AI into our products or services and actually see the outcome of the AI incorporation. So ideally, we have two paths here. One is follow the CEO commands. C was for AI, choose an AI feature, start building, launch, then try to prove the value. And this is where most of the companies or leaders are failing because they are expediting to launch instead of trying to understand what problem they are trying to solve first. So the alternate path is CEO creates an urgency. So as a leaders, we identify the highest value problem, determine where AI fits, build and validate and measure the outcome, and we scale based on the evidence. So ideally, second path would help us move fast along with starting with the problem and delivering a business value. Okay, so this is one of the use case scorecard that I generally use. So key criteria to evaluate AI opportunities: business value, data readiness, AI suitability, implementation complexity, risk and measurability. So most of them find out that the complexity of AI, not just AI incorporation, but they miss the complexity of checking the readiness of the AI for justification of the implementation of AI. So it is very important to have implementation, especially the AI complexity, to be in our scorecard, and especially this risk and measurability. As more and more we are trying to incorporate AI, the companies are companies are changing their governance and security policies uh, to make sure that the AI that they implement is risk is controlled and it is measurable. Okay, the most important thing now. We are only looking for 2 weeks to pick the use case. We are not debating here to spend uh, months and months. and we have to make sure that the entire 2 weeks is time boxed, and then remaining time period for the 90 days is for build window. Okay, so coming to the conclusion of this leadership scenario or leadership lesson, we accept the urgency, but we don't blindly accept an undefined solution. The goal is not to slow down the AI adoption. The goal is to connect executive urgency to real business problem where AI genuinely fits. AI is the enabler, business value is the outcome, not the other way. Oh, thank you very much. We have come to the conclusion of scenario one. I hope there was something for everyone who has watched this video to learn, or maybe reiterate what they are doing in their day-to-day life. Thank you for your time, and then comment, share to others, and then uh, put it in the comments if you want to get in more details into how can we make decisions in 2 weeks, justification, how to identify the use case, uh, with the more deeper breakdown. Maybe you can comment as more, so I will create more and more additional real world AI leadership scenarios. Thank you very much. I will see you in next scenario. Thank you.